We should now be live on YouTube as well. You guys will see it come through here very, very shortly. And there we go. We're actually going to get started. I don't know why that's black. Hey, there we go. No, we're working. Cool. So let's get started on building OBS from scratch. I feel like I've given myself an impossible task. It's such a great idea, but the problem I'm having is I now have to, you know, go through with the with what I said I was going to do. First things first, we obviously need to download OBS because when I said we're starting from scratch, I said we're starting from scratch. We want to download the zip in this case because what we're actually going to be doing is we're not going to be setting up, we're not just going to be installing OBS. We're actually going to be putting OBS into portable mode. So that means that if we have a look here, we have these two different folders. I've got Just Like Onion, which has OBS there, and we have Just Like Bot, which we also have OBS there. Does Jazz remember how to do this? Danny, that is so real. It's not even funny. Could have just installed virtual machine real fast. That would have been smart, Zen. But I'm not smart. You are 100% correct. I could have done that. But I'm dumb, so. Jazz Like Smooth, correct. And now we're just going to wait for that to download. We're going to be doing this a lot, I feel like, is going through and just waiting for things to download. Because that's like half of this setup stuff. Probably one of the next steps, actually, is... I don't know what that is. Is going through and we're going to have to create a list of all the different plugins that we're using. So let's just make that small. We'll put that up here for now. The waiting time can be exploited for exclamation mark would. You are not wrong there, Zen. Not wrong. Also, when are you going to work? All right. What I'm going to do here is we're going to create a new folder and call this Anytime Ash because that is who we're making all of this stuff for. So let's drag OBS over to here. I'm actively working reviewing documentation is boring stuff. Oh my lord. Reviewing documentation? No, thank you. Oh, hi Kodak. Kodak, am I already going too quickly? Effectively, all we've done so far is download OBS. I'm going to have to move all of these. Hang on. Let me just move my sticky notes out of the way so we've got a plain background. If only I had time to set this up properly. I'm so interested in how you set things up. So the first thing is 100% do I remember how to do this? Oh, there's a... I know there's a link somewhere. Maybe it's in bin? 64-bit? This is looking promising. I'm pretty sure we would have OBS 64, there's our application. Perfect. So let's just extract this right here. Twitch, anytime, Ash. Sure. Extract. So effectively, we're just going to extract it for now. And have a look at it in a bit. So let's have a look, see how these ones are set up. I mean, really what I could do is just clone these ones, but we're not going to be doing that. That's the easy way, is to clone it, but we're not cloning it. OBS portable mode dot text. What does this say? I think we're going to need that. Whoever, Danny, you're 100% correct. Does Jazz remember how to do this? The answer is no. But we're going to work it out. We'll eventually, once this is all extracted, we're going to clean this up as well. Effectively remove this main folder. Rename this folder into... Oh, wait, are we going to do that? Maybe. We're maybe going to do that. We're effectively... This is why it's handy to have one you've already... Here's one I prepared earlier, because we just make this one look the same. So if we rename this to OBS Studio, and we'll keep it all lowercase as well, OBS dash Studio. Done. Now, if we have a look into here, have a look in here, pretty much the same. Yeah. That's pretty much all we need. Config will turn up when we actually run OBS. Obviously, one of the things we need is to run OBS in portable mode. Now, I had to look this up before, so I will do that again. OBS portable mode. Now, there are a couple of reasons that I want to be running OBS in portable mode. One of the main reasons is effectively so you can do exactly what I'm doing now. You can have a main OBS, a bot OBS, and then you can just set up any other one you want to as well. So we don't need... Let me just check that I've got this in downloads still. I do. Perfect. That's a backup. So we can just get rid of that one, because we want both of these effectively to look the same. So if we go back now and we go back here, pretty much the same. Running OBS in portable mode. Not only do you have like everything separated, you can have like my Jazz Like Onion account has all my Jazz Like Onion stuff signed in. My Jazz Like Bot account has all my bot accounts signed in. So if I need to do some testing, I can basically copy my setting stuff over to my bot one and run some settings. Like just make a change, run it, see how it goes. Confirmed. Jazz is a bot. Correct. Jazz is a bot. Random question. Is it important to have a powerful PC or laptop to set this up? No! You could run this on a potato. The main thing is, though, if you are trying to run this on a lower spec computer, it doesn't stop you from running OBS, but it limits the amount you can do with it. Effectively. Like, although what I've got going on, if I open up my task manager right now, it's not really using that much, all things considered. Like, yes, my memory usage is high, but also that's partly because the way computers work is they'll use more memory. But if we have a look at OBS specifically, It's using what, almost a gig of memory and a very small amount of my CPU. It's not really, it's not that intensive. But as you'll see, it's what, currently using 12 megabits for network. That's intensive. But it's very much like, it helps to have a powerful machine. It helps to have a powerful machine, however, you don't need it. So if not portable, it'll use less. Not necessarily. The reason for using portable mode is not to help resources. And I'm very much the kind of person where you put 32 gigs of memory in the computer, use 32 gigs of memory of the computer. Like, some people get concerned when it's like, oh, my CPU's running at like 60% usage. Cool. You've got 40% overhead you can still use. You shouldn't really be worrying until it's getting to throttle stages. So if it's constantly running at 100%, then you've got issues. But if it's like peaking at 60% usage, then you've got 40% overhead. Laughs at encoding overload. Yeah, it's like when you actually hit the encoding overload or some form of bottleneck, that's when you worry about it. But if you're not hitting those maxes, then don't worry about hitting, like, operating at a high percentage. If it's not maxing out, then you're fine. Una, hello. Portable mode is very easy to set up. Place an empty portable mode or portable mode.txt file in the root directory and open obs.exe in bin 64. Like, or launch OBS using the -- portable flag. Like, very, very simple stuff. That is why I have this text file. Effectively, we just open this. We don't want to move. We want to copy, paste. Done! OBS is now portable. It is that simple to set up OBS portable. Now, let's grab this. What we're going to do is actually copy this. And we're going to paste this here. That is not what we wanted. Control Z. We need to copy this as a shortcut. Copy as a path. We'll give that a try. And no, why have I forgotten how to copy shortcuts? Share, no. Show more options. Where is it? Editing, nope. Administrator, nope. Send to. This is what we want. Create shortcut. That's what we want. Now, where did that go? Hello? Show more options. Oh, there it is. So, create a shortcut. Cut. Paste. So, you're effectively opening the same thing, but you've just got the shortcut. So, when you've got all these different folders, you go in one instead of having to go in here, in here, in here, in here, and then here. You've just got the one right there. We're also going to be calling this anytime Ash. We're going to be calling it anytime Ash dash OBS, actually. Dash OBS. Just to keep with, if we have a look at this one, we'll keep it with the exact same naming convention as what we have done previously. To keep things organized, it is always a good idea to have the same naming conventions over and over and over again. So this is just the naming convention I use, but you do you. You can name it whatever you want. I would suggest naming it something like your channel name and then OBS, but you also don't have to do that. Like, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to, you know? Oh, there you go. Zen, thank you as well. Absolutely not. For light workload streams, it's practically enough to have a standard machine that just runs. Yeah, it can run on a potato. Take light workload as in not 3D art, browser-based stuff, indie games and such. These technically don't even have require a dedicated graphics card. I once mentioned my desktop is pretty old and my laptop is catching up. To do a lot of the stuff I've got going on, like the glowing borders, the like moving around, all that sort of stuff, that's a little bit more intensive, so you'll want to be on the higher end. But yeah, like Zen said, you don't have to have the best machine. Now we're literally just gonna run OBS. We've got that text file and we're done. How easy is that? Why do I have vertical scenes here? Let me just... I don't know why vertical scenes is there. I don't know where that's picking it up. Let's just have a look. Make sure that all of the settings here are... Ooh. Oh, this is how I have mine actually. Ooh. I'm definitely very distracted right now. Oh, I hate this. Oh. I don't mind this one. If one were upgrade, is it better to upgrade the desktop or laptop first? Sorry if I'm... No, that's fine, Lon Harris. The point of these is to, like, ask questions. That's why I'm here. Very colorful. I actually don't mind this one. We'll stick with the colorful one. Linaris, I'm assuming that you are having a dual setup at the moment. I would suggest going for a single setup and upgrading the desktop. Upgrade the desktop and go to a single streaming setup. Dual PC streaming setups are very niche, and it's better to have one good machine than it is to have two okay machines, if that makes sense. As you can see, we are not connected to Twitch at all, which is good. We'll go through these outputs in a minute. Audio's fine. Video. Perfect example. Output scale resolution. We do not want any scaling. This has messed me up so many times, having the canvas and the output different settings. It doubles your workload. Not only are you encoding at 1080p, but you're also encoding at 720. So this was 720, for instance. Any aspect ratio. So if this is set at 720, you're effectively encoding things twice and causing major strain on your CPU and GPU and stuff like that. So set this. It doesn't matter what your canvas size is, set it to your canvas size. I would obviously recommend your canvas size be 1080, mainly because for a high definition stream, you want to be streaming at 1080. And even if it is the case of like, oh, you can't stream at 1080, sure, then you can have the output scaled to 720. However, you have to remember that this will be putting extra workload on your computer if you do that. Also, 60 FPS. Like, come on, OBS. Why is that a thing? My lappy was more in case I need to bring my work with me during my trips. Fair enough. Yeah, so go for a single streaming setup there, Linaris. Go for upgrading the desktop effectively. Mox, hello, welcome in as well. Hotkeys, sort of don't need to worry about that. I mean, you can, however, I don't. Ooh, more colors. No, that's fine. Advanced. I think this is all good. We don't have to, we won't be worrying with any of this stuff at the moment. Main sort of tabs is your output, which we'll be going through in a minute. And yeah, that's a bit, I mean, we can go through the output now, actually. Hello from Scandinavia. Hi, monks. Oh my god, it's just like onion. Oh my god, it's Kana. Kana, have you come to learn? Okay. First thing you want to change. Go from the simple to advanced. This gives you so many more options. We need these options. I wish I had my Zoom set up. Stream settings. So obviously you can have stream settings, recording settings, different audio, a replay buffer. We want to turn replay buffer off. We don't need that. Actually, no, we will need that. Ignore me. Go to streaming. Streaming is where we're going to be changing a fair amount of stuff. I've come to lurk and ignore anything you're teaching because my head hurts from uni. I'm sorry, Kana. I'm glad you could be here. I use simple. See, you're just limiting yourself, Pog. Go for advanced. It tells you more. One of the major things that a lot of streamers will use. So at the moment, you guys in stream, listening along live, you guys can hear the music that I've got going on. In the Twitch VOD, you guys will not hear this music at all. That's because I use this Twitch VOD track and have my Twitch VOD track being number 2. When we go through the audio routing, I'll show you how this part works. Just make sure that you turn this setting on of Twitch VOD track and you have it use track 2. Doesn't have to use track 2. However, as long as it's a different track compared to your first one. Housemaster, hello, how you doing today? What does the FPS work? Oh, sorry. Yeah, what does the FPS work, especially if one were to stream fitness videos? Can you expand on that, Linaris? I don't fully understand what you mean. I now get back on the MC server. Have fun, peeps. No worries, Mox. Thank you for coming in. Video encoder. We want NVIDIA NVENC H2264. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. Oh, apparently, yes. NVENC is what we want. Apparently, I'm on the simple one as well. There you go. Yeah, we want NVENC rescale output disabled because we are not doing that. Bitrate. This is something that is in very much contention. And I don't know how well you guys can see that. Because I realize it is very zoomed out. But think of bitrate as how much data you are sending to either Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. This is how much data you're sending. I have mine set to 6,000. This roughly translates to 6 megabytes of upload. All right? Are we following? When doing simulcasting, you need to add this value to each of your streams. So at the moment, because I'm also streaming to YouTube and Twitch, I'm actually streaming at 12,000 kilobits per second, which roughly translates to 12 megabytes per second. You effectively just need to make sure your upload speed is more with overhead than this speed you've got here. If I bring this back up and go speed test, and if I run a speed test right now, as you can see, I'm getting roughly 20 megabits. Oh, wait, no, that's download. We don't need this one. We need the upload. But also, I'm surprised that that's not higher. There you go. As you can see, we're up to about 20 megabits of upload. So it means I've got 20 megabits to play with, effectively. My download and upload, to be completely fair, are trash at the moment. But this is the number you're after. The 22 megabits per second upload, that's how much, effectively, bitrate you can play with. So, easy. We just go calculator. And we just go 22 megabits per second minus 6 megabits per second. So we've got 16 overhead. Easy. I'm doing 2 streams, so minus another 6. I've got 10 megabits overhead. Very simple maths. It seems complicated. I understand that it's a lot of numbers and it can seem complicated, but it's not. Divide this by 1,000, and that will give you the number you need to compare when you run a speed test. So 22, and every stream that I have will be streaming at 6 megabits per second. Did all that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Is that your speed? Mish, don't talk to me about the speed. My speed is absolute garbage, but that's what we're dealing with right now. I'm sorry. I know. This is called #Australia Internet moment. Actually, to be fair, let me open my task manager again. Let me see if I can redeem myself here. Not a secret ninja. Hello. There you go. So half of, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, half of my download is being used. I don't know if that comes through as a speed test or not. Anyway, that's just me fucking copium right now. Weak internet moment, correct. Australia develops Wi-Fi, also Australia, shit internet, correct. I'm surprised we have internet. You ain't wrong. Keyframe. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. How does it work upside down, though? I don't know. It seems to be working. We want to turn this to 1 because we don't want it on auto, effectively. Keep this at P5, higher quality. Yeah, that's fine. Look ahead. Ooh, I wonder what this is. If disabled, the encoder will always use the number of B frames. I don't know what that is, so we're not going to worry about that. Luna, hello. Thank you for subbing over on YouTube as well. That's pretty much what we want to be messing around with in here. Make sure your video encoder is NVENC. Turn on Twitch VOD track on number 2. Make sure your bitrate is 6,000 kilobits per second. Asterisk, assuming you have more than 6 megabyte per second of upload. Recording is, you can sort of just leave that. If you are obviously doing stuff with recording, make sure your audio track is 1. Otherwise, using stream encoder is more than fine. You could probably change your video format as well if you so wish, but we're not going to be worrying about that too much. So let's hit apply on that. We will be connecting this stuff up at the moment. Obviously, you can use all the different sites. I highly recommend having Twitch be your main one, mainly for this Twitch VOD audio track setting. If you are, like myself, streaming onto YouTube as well, I'll show you how we can set YouTube up later. Other than that, settings are good to go. Done. So let's get rid of this vertical scene. I'm not quite sure why that is there. So we've got OBS. We've got a few different things here. Stats is usually one I like to have as well. You can dock things around, move them however you want, you know, all that fun stuff. One of my favorite things to do is actually combine them. So you've got controls, scene transitions. Scene transitions is one of those tabs which you will change once and then you'll never look at it again. So I often have my controls and scene transitions combined. With this one, no, we don't want that one. We want this one. I often like the vertical layout as well, because it makes it easy to like up and down sliders and stuff. Audio stuff is a little bit difficult to advise on as well because of how much it actually relies on what your audio setup looks like. So if we go advanced properties here, sorry, not advanced properties. If you go into properties, you can set devices, and the way I have mine set up is I would have this as broadcast stream mic, and as you can see, that's now working. Yep, broadcast is exactly the same. Not everybody will have it like this. The reason mine is like this is because I have a Go XLR setup. There are many different ways to have your audio set up. There's no sort of like, this is the way to do it, if that makes sense. It's whatever works for you. Some people add like a bunch of different like audio input captures and stuff. So for instance, I can have one on the microphone. As you can see, the microphone's in there now. Like, it really is dependent on your setup. I use a plugin to get more sockets for my audio. Exactly. One thing I would advise for this though is have it so that all of your sources and stuff like that you'll be using are separated. So I do my separation through the Go XLR app. As you can see, I've got my routing table here. My headphones get everything. My broadcast does not get the music. There is a very important reason for that. And that's why my music is on my line out. This is effectively how I'm splitting my audio. Again, it is different. I do the same, but in OBS. Exactly right. So, Shaq, you've highlighted a perfect point there. There is no right way to go about things. I split my audio in the Go XLR. And then effectively here, I would go add a source, add an audio input capture, and call this line in, I think. As we can see, This audio input capture is now the music. If I pause the music, it goes away. And as you can see on this bar as well, if I stop talking, it's got a little bit of static there, but that's just because I'm a staticky boy. If we play the music, there it is. Simple as that. There are so many ways to do it, and I love seeing how other people do it. Yeah. Doing it in, like, using something like the Go XLR or the Beacon Mix Create or anything like that, it's handy. Now that I know how things are done a little bit better, I would almost recommend doing it through OBS instead, because you can do a fun thing called application audio capture, which is, this is amazing, this one. So you just tell it which window to capture the audio out of. This is effectively how I'm splitting my YouTube music. So if you guys head over to YouTube right now, YouTube has different music completely to what I have in my ears and what Twitch has. Where is it? Windows Terminal. This is problem when you've got so many things. Windows Media Player. Here we go. As you can see, this has audio on it. It's got music playing, and it's completely different to what's playing on Twitch. There's some funky routing that I do to get this to work. However, we'll go into that a little bit later. We'll just yeet those for now. And we'll go completely... Oh, there needs to be at least one scene. So this is effectively our scene. But there's a lot of things we're missing. So let's close that. If we have a look... Oh. In fact, it's hard to sort of... If we have a look here, there is a lot of things here. Windows Capture, apparently, okay, some of the plugins have come across. Source Record. Oh, there's OBS Studio right there. Stroke Glow, Shade Filter, Advanced Mask, Gradient Source, Aitum Multistream. Effectively, what we're going to be going through and doing is adding a bunch of these plugins. Now, normally when you go for a plugin, let's say we want the Move plugin. We go to the OBS forum. We click on download, which, by the way, Move plugin, 10 out of 10. We click download. As you can see, we've got the Move Transition Windows Installer. The problem with this, because we have installed our OBS in portable mode, we do not want the installer. We want the zip folder. So we grab, we grab the zip folder, and I'm just going to move this into here so that I know where it is. And all we have to do to install it onto Anytime Ash. So let's open up Anytime Ash OBS. And let's just add a source. So let's add a display capture. Sure, display. Do I need anything up here? Not really. Do you guys... You know what? I'm going to treat you guys and have it so that you guys can just see like 4 of the people that I'm lurking at the moment. Let me just grab some others. Nah, that'll be fine. We can only watch 4 at a time anyway. So some of you may recognize some of these streamers, but let me grab a different display. This one. Nope, not that one. Not that one. There we go. So let's just add a source. That is way too much to look at, actually. Let me go. Okay, so this is 100% OBSception. We might not do that, actually. I have a different idea. Hang on. Wow. Yeah. All my mic pre-processing is done in hardware, so I need to do it differently again. Oh, there you go. Shaq, you're an audio person, aren't you, from memory? Have to head out. Have an online Zoom class starting soon. Thank you for the stream. Have a good stream rest after. No worries, Lunaris. Enjoy your stuffs. We're going to go with a window capture and call this one... we'll just call this one Minecraft for now. That is not what we want. We want to... Oh, shit. Hang on. I've got the wrong one. We don't want a window capture. We want a... So if you guys didn't know, you go plus down here. Game capture is what we want. And we want Minecraft. And we want capture a specific window. And we want that window to be... Java. We'll just make sure that comes up. Hello. Are you gonna work for me or... Oh, we love it when things don't work. Minecraft jump scare. Not in job, but in hobby. I've done some recording and have some experience with live music production. There you go. So you know all about the audio stuff there, Shaq. Spotify gonna work? Is nothing gonna work? This is strange. I don't know why none of it's working. Again, don't you love this with OBS when nothing works? I quite often have capture full screen application. I need an example though. Please? Let's just go with a window capture then. And let's capture... which window do we want to capture? You know what? Let's just capture Spotify. As you can see, our Spotify is a little bit larger than what we... There we go. So, very demure. I didn't even see that. So we've got our capture. Let's see if we can add... Okay, perfect. We don't have move here. If I show you what's happening on my... maybe let me just add a display capture real quick. So the reason that I'm having to resize my screen is because it is larger than 1080p. I have 2K screens, hence the size change. So another very important thing, these are effectively your layers. So this is the bottom layered with Minecraft on top, which is not working, so we'll get rid of it. And then layered with Windows Capture on top of that, which we can hide. If you have a look here, if I click on the filters button, and if we go effect filter, you see we've got a couple of things here, but not too many. If I hide this, and let's just say we'll click on this one and go filters, you can see I've got a couple of other filters, and if we press plus on here, I've got a lot more different options, especially regarding like move actions and all that fun stuff. Let's get rid of these for now. That is effectively the plugins which we're going to be playing with, which means we need to install them as well. Now, as I was saying before, you can use the installer if you install your OBS normally. However, we have not done that. We have installed OBS Portable, which means you need to grab the zip folder, because to install any of the plugins, all you need to do is go in, highlight these, go into your OBS Studio folder, highlight these from Move Transition, drag, drop. Done. Now, if we go over here and open up Anytime Ash OBS, and let's add, I don't know, let's just, oh no, we won't add a browser. We'll just add another window capture. Doesn't matter what. Just pick that one. No, we won't pick that one. Pick that one. Now, if we right click on this one and go filters and click plus, we now have the move actions. So it's as simple as that. Very easy to install plugins in portable mode, just as easy as using the installer. You just have to do it slightly differently. So we're effectively just going to go through and get a bunch of these. So we want advanced mask. So here we've got the move transition plugin. We have the advanced filters. We won't add plugin to each one. So advanced masks, sorry. Masks. Also, Master Sanity, hello. Advanced masks. Shade filter. So the shade filter plugin is, if you have a look at the gradient and stuff like that I've got going around all my windows at the moment, that is this filter. So we need shade filter. Some of these are obviously larger than others and take a little bit of time to move the files over. What's this one? Stroke, glow, shadow. So that's how I've got the gradient to glow. Stroke, glow, shadow. Both of these two, actually, shade filter and stroke glow, are very good plugins. Source record. If you are someone who is streams and record and wants to like upload to YouTube as well, source record is your friend. Effectively, what this does is it gives you the ability to record a single source. So instead of, like, at the moment, if I wanted to record it would record my like entire screen, right? With source record, I can add a filter to any of my sources and say, when this filter is enabled, just record this source. And it gives me a nice clean plate for YouTube videos or any other content you want to make. And then there's the Windows Capture Audio Beta, which I think we already had, but I'll move it over anyway. Now, I'm pretty sure, so we've got the move transition. Two of the other very, very good plugins, which you sort of, not everyone will want this, but Aitum Multistream, goated plugin, this one. We do not want to close the application. Shit, cancel. Nope, that's gone in the wrong spot. Exit setup, yes. Next. Okay, I want to install it somewhere else, please. Normally you can install that somewhere else, but I think because I've recently installed it on mine, it's not allowing me to do so. One of the other ones we need is the Verticle plugin OBS. Aitum, again. Two of the best plugins, I think, have come from Aitum, effectively. So we go to vertical. This effectively gives you a vertical format for your streams and stuff. So it's like another canvas almost. And there we are. It is now installing. We want to open this file. This is where we have to choose where we want it to go. So again, because we are in portable, we have to make sure to select Anytime Ash and OBS Studio. Next, install, finish. Now, we open up Anytime Ash. We should have a few more windows to have a bit of a play with. If we have a look at docs, we now have vertical scenes, vertical sources, vertical scene transitions, and vertical. So let's chuck vertical over here. We can combine vertical scene transitions there. We've got sources and vertical sources, and scenes and vertical scenes. Oh, this is a lot. Is anybody else's brain just absolutely mush right now? I know mine is. There's another plugin. Now, this plugin that I'm going to be installing is... Where is it? Here we are. This plugin is one that even I have not had a play with yet. But I will be playing with very, very soon. Here we are. It's called jrDockie. Let me just download this. Cool. Let's head back over to here. Nope, that's the same folder every time. OBS Verticle, and we go into jrDockie. Ooh, there's a README file. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Very important. Read the instructions. This plugin adds new dock sets submenu to your toolbar by default under docs. For this submenu, you can quickly save and restore your current OBS layout. That is the main thing for this. So, same thing. You just drag and drop the contents over. Done. Now, if we open... I wonder if I can do that to mine while it's live. I don't think I'll be able to. Dock sets. Here we are. Look at that fancy button. So, effectively what we can do is we can close, say, like all of these vertical ones. And we'll close stats. Controls, I think we have to have. Break. Come here. Whoa, I almost hit start streaming. That would have been bad. So we can go here and go save current dockset window layout as... Oh, interesting. Let's call this one Ash Horizontal. And we go save. If we have a look at dock sets, we can see Ash Horizontal. Now, if we go vertical, 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 make this really small. We'll get rid of sources. Can you hide? Can you get rid of it? Apparently not. Regardless, now we can go save current dock set and call this one Ash Vertical. Vertical. Save. Now, if you go dock sets and go Ash Horizontal, swaps it to this. Ash Vertical, swaps it to this. It is incredibly handy. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot. However, when you're getting to the point that I know my OBS is at, and you have like, you've got chat on the side here, you've got your activity feed over here, you've got your scenes and your sources, you've got all these stats and buttons and everything. Effectively, when your OBS looks like this, having something that can easily swap between like different layouts is god tier. A lot of the reason why I wanted to run through this, because I think later on I might actually run through more of these streams and stuff like that, that actually run through all the different changes and stuff like that I just make to my stream and whatever. Why is... Hang on. Media player? Hello? Why is that not interesting? It's not playing any sound. YouTube doesn't have any sound right now, apparently. So what was that one? jrDockie. jrDockie. We also had Aitum Verticle and Aitum Multistream. Is that really all of the plugins that I've got? I have a lot less than I thought I did. I was for sure thinking that I had more plugins than that. Kiriana, hello, welcome in. Oh, all right. I think I need a little bit of a brain break. I don't know about you guys, but oh my god, my mind is fried from looking at this. Doesn't help that I've had a very long day as well. In saying that though, has anybody actually like learnt anything? Or we all just like brain numb? Let me just grab something from here. Dark gray. I need to copy and then go back here and go paste reference. Apparently that's not what I did. Oh, I also need to copy this, go back here, and there we go. Now we've got some background stuff going. Just nice little background stuff in case we don't have a game going on. Oh. Okay. How long have we been going? 2 hours. Do I think my brain can handle any more OBS stuff tonight? I don't think so. We've gone through a lot of the basics. We've gone through installing OBS and installing all the plugins that we will be using. Obviously, there's a couple of other things we'll need to go through and stuff like that. However, that'll happen later during the week. I don't know if later during the week, for when we're working on OBS stuff, it'll be like a lesson thing like today was, or if we're just going to go through and build it. I've not fully decided yet. I'm obviously always open to answering questions and stuff like that and showing people how I do things. But man, is this stuff mentally taxing. Oh my god. You know what we need? We need a cat cam in our life. I'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, the replay is up on YouTube there, Kiriana, which reminds me, do we want to say goodbye to YouTube? Yeah, we've been going for an hour so far. Cat cam, yay. Yep, there's cat cam. So for now, we're going to be ending up the YouTube stream because I don't think I can handle much more OBS stuff tonight. My brain is a little cooked. So bye YouTube. Bye. Bye YouTube. Bye. Oh,